Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from HL Talk That Thought. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
It literally breaks your brain to be in love with someone and hate someone so much at the same time. Exactly 1 year ago today.
Okay, remember guys, for the HL Talk That Thought, it's all one woman in this video section. It's all gonna be one woman talking with different videos. She's probably gonna look slightly different in each video, but it's all the same woman.
I asked him to leave my life. And boy, y'all, he did. Oh, he did. He discarded me like I was nothing. I mean, I've literally had more emotion throwing away a pair of shoes than he had when he threw away his wife, his kids, his family, his whole life of almost 11 years. And replaced me in an instant. And then the man that abandoned us and is dating someone else was single immediately when he left me. And God was right, and so I asked him to leave. Lord, y'all, why am I starting to cry? Damn it, why am I crying? I wasn't crying before I started this video. Divorce was final last week, so it makes sense. But I was happy, excited, and now all of a sudden, tears and grief again, sadness, anger, all of it, and experiencing it pretty hard, and I don't like it.
Welcome back, family. Today we will review this post-war modern woman who told her husband that she wants a divorce and ask her husband to leave, thinking that...
Again, I know young men are probably watching this and like, I don't want to ever get married. I get it. But at least go out there and just try and date and get some experience, some life experience out there. But watch our stuff and then protect yourself.
He will beg her to stay in her life. But instead, her husband replaced her instantly, and now she cannot stop crying and playing the victim as they always do. Let's first start by watching her questioning her life decision of leaving the marriage while admitting that her ex-husband was very supportive up until almost the end of their marriage. But yet she still doesn't think for a second that maybe she might be the problem. Also remember that she is the one that told her husband to leave and asked for the divorce. So,
remember, it's almost always them.
Do not feel sorry for her.
Better not.
Y'all, it's been a cry day, so I look a little rough.
Just a little bit?
You heard me. Not a Friday, a cry day. I'm back in the cycle of grief, and I don't know when.
Let me read what it says up there. Raw processing. Get rambly, but I've decided not to edit. This is what healing from betrayal, trauma, and trauma bond looks like. What real life healing looks like. It's a roller coaster. You're not alone.
When does it end, y'all? I'm 10 months out. I haven't been crying like this in months, y'all. I thought I was done with this crap. Divorce was final last week, so it makes sense. But I was happy, excited, and now all of a sudden, tears and grief again, sadness, anger, all of it.
Because you finally realize, I think, what you're losing and what you're going to be missing after this.
And experiencing it pretty hard, and I don't like it. Just feels like I'm not getting better. But my friend, an amazing coach, reminded me that I am getting better. And
of course it's an amazing coach and friend. I'm sure she was the one that told you to freaking divorce your husband in the first place, too.
That this is just grief from the divorce being final. And now I'm just kind of grieving all over again. I know people say, why would you grieve if somebody's lying to you and manipulating you? Why would you grieve?
Because they weren't.
And I know it sounds crazy. And I guess that's where I still wrestle with the cognitive dissonance, because when it was good, it was so damn good. And that's what I still grieve the loss of. And I assume that modems say the same thing, because why would you stay so long through lies and manipulation if it wasn't good?
Because it was. You're just a liar.
It's just confusing, because he truly seemed to cherish me. I'm talking about acted like newlyweds up until literally 2 months before our marriage ended. And that was...
Yeah, probably because you already told him about the divorce and he was just like preparing for it. So why would he keep continuing to be nice to you?
11-year marriage. Always affectionate, always lovey, always touching. Sweet forehead kisses, holding me tight during intimacy, looking into my eyes.
It makes me so sad to hear good men like this get destroyed in a marriage, get left, get their family ripped apart because of women like this ripping good men away.
We were just very affectionate and loving, literally right up until the end. And it's confusing. And it's confusing because how can someone treat you that way and still have this whole other world of deception? I don't get it, and I don't understand how someone can walk away from their entire family.
You filed for divorce. What the hell do you want him to do? Is this some kind of stupid test again where you want him to fight for you?
That they built for 11 years and just not give a crap. Their family just ceases to exist and they just hop right into another family. I don't get it. I don't think I'll ever get it. The damn grief sucks. I'm sick of it. Somebody tell me when it stops, because I thought I was done.
You know she's grieving because he found somebody else.
It's freaking hard. I miss
And
the
she
good
can't.
times, and I miss how I thought he cherished me, and I wish he would have been that person. And yet at the same time, I've accepted that he's not. So cognitive dissonance of wrestling, I guess. I don't know. I thought I was done with this. Ugh.
As you might have noticed that the mighty undefeated Wall had absolutely no mercy on this lady. This woman literally made a permanent decision of divorcing her husband based on some temporary feelings. Note that she recorded this clip about 11 months after her divorce. Now, 2 years later, she's still crying over her ex-husband that she divorced by her own free will while lying to herself by trying to convince herself that she is better off without her husband. Check it out.
Healing from an abusive relationship takes so much courage and so much strength. And I don't think sometimes we realize how much strength and courage we actually have. Lord, y'all, why am I starting to cry? Anyways, I just wanted to say that when he left, y'all, I was so broken. I didn't think I could survive.
When he left, y'all? No, when you left, when you filed for paperwork for divorce, he did not. He walked away after you divorced him, but he didn't leave.
But one thing I knew, deep down, I knew that whatever it took, that I was going to find joy in life again. I knew that he had stolen 11 years from me, and that I refused to allow him to steal my future. So with every step I took to reclaim my power back,
Women just love to lie through their teeth about how bad their relationship truly was, because once they've left that relationship, they realize their mistake. They can't just say, oops. No, they're just going to double down, triple down, and just make the man look like the bad guy.
and regain my independence. It was just amazing, y'all, and I realized how brave and strong I was. Now, sometimes these brave steps were just getting out of bed that day. It's baby steps, y'all. I was so dependent on him and in so much trauma and anxiety. My nervous system was so highly activated that in the last few years, I didn't do anything by myself. I had to have him with me. I didn't realize he was...
So he took care of you. You had this issue of anxiety that you couldn't go anywhere without him. He still went with you and took care of things, and then you left him.
was the source of all my anxiety, and I didn't do anything by myself. So after he left, just going to the grocery store by myself, getting out of bed, cooking dinner, cleaning the house, things that normal people do seem like climbing a mountain when you're in so much trauma, are huge, brave steps, you guys, and they take so much courage. Damn it, why am I crying? I wasn't crying before I started this video, but they take so much courage and strength, y'all. So I just want you to know to be proud of every step. It starts with little steps, baby steps that
Yeah, this is how you ruin your family, with baby steps.
don't seem big, but they're huge when you're going through that type of trauma. Give yourself so much grace and compassion, and little by little, you will take your power back. And then one day, you'll be a year and a half out, and you'll realize how damn brave you are. And you'll realize that you actually have joy again, and that you love your life. Doesn't seem like it with all these tears, but be proud of yourself, and just know it's so hard.
So
I'm proud of you.
I mean, I don't know who she is really trying to convince that she
Right.
is actually happy here, but I believe that you guys can clearly see that she is just pretending to be happy, as they all do. Now, in the clip we are going to watch next, She will admit that she was the one that asked for a divorce and asked her ex-husband to leave. But I want you to pay attention on how much she plays the victim card. She will state many times that her ex-husband refused to support her when she needed it the most, which is a complete lie, and I will prove it to you later on. But first, let us watch her playing all her victim cards.
Exactly 1 year ago today, I asked him to leave my life. And y'all, I don't know how I did.
This is another thing about divorces and stuff like this, especially when you have a friend group that are together, like you have a shared friend group. Oh my God, men are just going to get trashed so hard by women like this after a divorce that the friend group usually views the man as some kind of jackass. But it's not hardly ever the case, right? The man is usually a good man, and then the woman just, again, can't take any accountability, so they just got to trash in every way, shape, or form.
Did it.
Sign
It
language.
was by far the hardest thing that I have ever done. I've been in my journals today looking back, and yeah, I've never been through anything so painful in my life. I was in so much trauma then. I was killing myself to save my marriage. My nervous system was so highly activated in trauma. I was later diagnosed with PTSD that I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I lost 70 pounds in trauma, and this man watched me waste away and continued doing the same things. And then my brain tumor grew, and God said, "Girl, wake up. Wake up. This is not love." By the time my brain tumor grew, he was already stonewalling me for holding him accountable for the first time in our entire marriage. Wasn't the first time he stonewalled me. He had done that a lot. But it was the first time I'd ever stuck to my boundaries and continued to hold him accountable, and he became mean. So when my brain tumor grew, I literally begged this man for compassion. I begged him to be there for me. And if he couldn't love me as his wife, I begged that he could at least love me as the mother of his children.
I'm going to call straight bullshit on all of this right now. There's just no way this man was cold-hearted about your brain tumor.
And he couldn't do that either. And then I just begged for any kind of human compassion, and he wasn't able to do that either. He continued to stonewall me in the scariest
What exactly is stonewalling
time of my life.
in this scenario?
I was facing chemo and radiation, and they were going to radiate an unknown entity in my brainstem, telling me that it could disable and or kill me. And I've since received a second opinion, and they're not going to do that. I still don't have a prognosis, but God used that to wake me up. He said, "Let's get with the program. This ain't love. If this man doesn't care if you live or die, how can you continue fighting for him?" And God was right, and so I asked him to leave. And boy, y'all, he did.
You asked him to leave. If this man was that bad, I don't think you would ask him to leave. You would just leave yourself. But you asked him to leave because, no, you just wanted a divorce.
Oh, he did. He discarded me like I was nothing. I mean, I've literally had more emotion throwing away a pair of shoes than he had when he threw away his wife, his kid.
You guys have more emotions farting than we have doing anything else, so shut up.
It's his family, his whole life of almost 11 years. And replaced me in an instant. One of the things I said just weeks before he left, I was journaling and getting stronger, strong enough to leave, though I didn't realize that at the time. But in my journaling, it said, "He doesn't love me. I'm replaceable." And I was right. And then it also said, "I guarantee you he will be out of his mom's house within weeks. He will find a girl to let him live there." And he did. I know this man, y'all. I knew exactly what he was going to do. And my next prediction is he's probably about to get married to her. After he left, I was in so much pain. I've never felt so rejected. So
Rejected from what? You told him to leave. You actually asked him to leave.
unloved, so worthless in my entire life. That was a really painful time, and I'm so grateful to everyone on here that's lifted me up along the way. You guys have no idea how much it means to me, truly.
So the validation of complete strangers was so important than your actual husband and family?
I still don't get why modern women think that they are irreplaceable. Just because a man loves you doesn't mean that he cannot replace you.
Yep.
She asked him to leave, and he did just that. I salute this man for knowing his value and respecting himself and refusing to beg to stay. Guys, if a woman tells you to leave her, move on with your life immediately. And the worst part of this story is that this man was a very present and supporting father and husband, as you can clearly see for yourself right now on your screens. He was always making sure to spend quality time with his daughter and his wife. He was even a father to this woman's children from her previous marriage. They all loved him and consider him as their daddy. I mean, what you are witnessing right now on your screens is a Father's Day celebration that all the children of this woman and their daughter organized for this man as a surprise party. That just shows how much he was involved.
Man, this made me so proud of this man for being such a great father. You know, we talk shit on men that take care of other men's offsprings as some kind of beta simp cuck or whatever it is. I think it's a great thing. Especially if the woman does provide value to you. There's nothing wrong with it. There's something wrong in a sense that you could have chose better off the bat. That's where we always, poke at men about, but doesn't mean single mothers can't provide value in some way, shape, or form. But the other side of it is this. He felt like he got value, and then she left him and destroyed him pretty much in almost every way, shape, or form through her videos. This is the other side of the good and the bad. We get to see both right here, right?
Involved in all these kids' lives. I strongly believe that she wanted more from this man, like they always do, and that is why she was not happy during the last 2 months of their marriage. And instead of compromising, she preferred to tell her husband to leave, thinking that it might scare him so that he can submit to her demands.
Yep,
but it
that's
all
exactly
backfired when he decided to leave, and now she is even shocked that he decided to get out of her life completely, including her children. Check it out.
If you're a step parent and you call those children your children and you show up for every event and you never once call them your stepkids and you develop a bond with them, those are your kids. If you raise them for the majority of their childhood, those are your kids.
Why are you telling people how they should feel about their own, people? If I don't feel like they were my kids ever, but I don't mind raising them. Like as if like my cousins were to pass away and I started raising their kids. I would treat them literally like my kids, but I wouldn't consider them my kids.
So if the marriage doesn't work out, guess what? They're still your kids. And they don't deserve to have it any other way. If they love you as a parent, if they're bonded to you as a parent, you're their parent. So if you discard them when the marriage ends, you hurt them and you leave abandonment wounds, just as if you were a biological parent. How does a parent do that? How does a person discard children?
He didn't discard children. He discarded you for discarding him.
Divorce is hard enough, and the kids are innocent.
The audacity of this woman is just out of this world.
Right.
She decided to divorce this man, but now she is trying to shame this man into continuing to build a relationship with her kids. Listen, if this man wants to still be involved into her kids' lives, is by the goodness of his heart. Her ex-husband is not obliged to still be part of her kids' lives. This just shows how needy and entitled this woman really is. The truth of the matter is that this woman thought that she could find better options out there, like all modern women who have already hit the wall so hard think they can. Now she is out here on TikTok running after Chad and Tyrone, thinking that they will commit to her. She starts to dress provocatively and doing all these childish dances just to get attention from Chad and Tyrone on TikTok. Even her followers started to shame her when they saw her posting a picture with this guy who is a self-proclaimed narcissist. Unfortunately, she hasn't fully realized that all men view her as a quick pump and dump only now. She still thinks that she must be wined and dined before even trying to get to know her.
With like 5,
what a
6
joke.
kids?
Check it out.
I cannot with some guys out here. Some of them have such freaking audacity and think they're just literally God's gift to women.
That's exactly what we think about women.
I got dog hair on me. Like women are just waiting to jump into bed with them. So I talked to this guy tonight for the first time. The very second text he sent me was, "Do you want to hang out tomorrow night?" I said, "I can't tomorrow night. Y'all have Zumba. I'm not going to cancel Zumba for anyone." But I said, "No, I can't tomorrow night. What are you into?" He says,
Zumba.
"Anything that will get me into you." Well, shit, you screwed that up. Because that wasn't it. Try being a gentleman and maybe getting to know me. You
No,
may literally hate everything about me except for my body. But of course, you don't care about that as long as you get laid, right?
you don't care.
That is ridiculous. And I know he doesn't know not even one thing about me because not only did he not ask any questions, but I guarantee he didn't read my bio because it
'Cause we don't
literally
care.
says I'm not easy. And if you're looking for that, keep swiping. All I'm saying is most of you guys are not God's gift to women. You're a 5, 6 at best, and you think that line is going to work. It's not. Now,
Lady, you may be a 2 at best.
I don't care if you're a 10, that line wouldn't work on me. But look, you guys, we got options. Y'all better get it together.
Sure you
Get
do.
to know a woman, maybe a little romance.
You really need to humble yourself, lady. The mighty wall already hits you so hard that your options are little to nothing, even though you do not want to admit it. I think that you guys get the picture of what is going on here. It looks like this woman is still living in La La Land in her head. She decided to leave her marriage, and now she is back in these streets struggling. Fellas, always protect yourselves against these types of women. And above all, don't forget to keep your head up. Focus on your goals, and everything else will follow.
Shout outs to HL Talk That Thought. It looks like he took another break and he's back again. I'm excited. I always love his videos. It's just seeing one woman go through the timeline of just how much fuckery there was in her divorce. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. Again, there's a Chow Time 2.0. If you guys can go sub to that, I'd appreciate it. Catch you guys next time. Ciao.